Brian Fritz here with Dolph Ziggler as we get ready for WrestleMania 29. You'll be challenging for the tag team titles, teaming with Big E Langston. Plus, you've got a little suitcase that you've been carrying around for a little while as well. Talk a little bit about all the hype going into WrestleMania 29 this year. You've been in a few now, and talk about how this one, does it feel the same or is it any different?
No, it's absolutely different. It's so exciting as a performer to get out there and this huge stage, everything that's gotten behind it, the fans all year long who have been behind the shows, gone to the live events. It all builds up to Sunday. And I have a tag title match, which I'm very fortunate to be in. This is such a loaded card that some even deserving superstars aren't even on this show. So I'm happy to be a part of this. I'm also someone who doesn't take direction lightly, so I want to be the main event. I want to be the star of the show, and I will find a way to steal the show. I always do. And I'm really looking forward to getting in the ring with these two guys, Team Hell No, and Big E Langston making his debut at WrestleMania, that's awesome. Like, I made my debut on Sunday Night Heat or something, and it was not a lot of people saw it. This is WrestleMania. This is the biggest show of the year. This is the biggest WrestleMania ever, and looking forward to it. It's going to be a great match. Hopefully we walk out of there as the new tag team champions, and maybe, depending on how the World Championship match ends, maybe you see me run down there with a briefcase.
You talk about Big E Langston debuting. Do you feel like there's extra pressure of debuting on a WrestleMania?
Absolutely. There's pressure. There's extra pressure on everybody just performing. Right. Oh, we've never seen you do anything. Go. That's freaky. So I've actually, no joke, been talking to him for the last couple of weeks, mentoring him. He's been on the outside a lot of my matches. On the live events, I've been talking to him, getting him ready. He's excited. He's eager to learn and eager to listen, and he can't wait to do some gigantic feat of strength, I'm sure, to prove his worth out there and make us a great tag team.
So a lot of fans are always talking about what they think is going to happen for WrestleMania, however many months out. Go back 6 months, talk about what you thought was actually going to happen at WrestleMania.
I thought maybe there would be a chance that I would be world champion already and looking forward to some opponent, maybe Brock Lesnar or a Rock, but also at the same time I've been involved in several different issues with Chris Jericho, and I think a lot of people kind of see the similarities between what we do in the ring, and a lot of people started a little buzz oh, I'd like to see these two go at it toe-to-toe at WrestleMania. So we didn't get a chance to, but one of these days you never know.
Yeah, absolutely. And when you talk about the fans, I think there has been an outcry for you for at least a year now where people are going, when is Dolph going to become champ? When are they going to pull the trigger on that? Is that something that you feel as well? Because, it's one thing the company has their own direction, but the fans want to see what they want to see too. Yeah,
it's true. There's business moves that are made, and there's also people where you hear man, what's taking so long? What's the deal? We've wanted you. I feel personally I've been ready to go as a main event player for at least a year now, and I feel like I give back to this company everything I can, and I go out there and deliver, steal the show, do everything they ask, and then some. So I feel that. I feel a frustration. I also have a chip on my shoulder that makes me go out there and want to be the best, want to be the main event every night, and it's not always the right time. Hopefully, come Sunday, a couple different things change. Worst case, Monday, maybe I go, hey, listen, everyone's got that hangover from WrestleMania. Maybe there's my time to steal the show. One way or another, it's going to happen. It has to. I'm too good for it to not happen.
We talked with AJ, and she said she's never been around somebody that's been as dedicated, as hardworking towards her goal, and just how much effort that you put out towards this product. And that's something that I think that a lot of people do see. What drives you to do that above and beyond where we see, I'm not talking about anybody else slacking necessarily, but above and beyond what we see from some other guys sometimes?
I feel it's my whole life. The show-off thing, it's we do it a little cartoony and put it on a t-shirt, but it's true. If we're out somewhere and there's a group of people and we're talking to someone and someone's making someone laugh, I want to be the funniest. I want to be the best. When I play football, I want to be the best player. When I wrestled, I go, everyone is going to remember me. I have a chip on my shoulder to be the best, no matter whether I'm a garbage man or a nurse or a teacher or do this. And I'm so good at this. And I go out there every night. It's a live event, a couple thousand people. It's not televised. That is my time to shine. I go out there and I give them even more because these people came to see us. I love giving back, and I think I have to. I'm so competitive. I have to have the best match on the show. I have to go out there and give my all because I love what I do.
Do you ever feel like you do a little bit too much? That it's something because there are times where you're outside the ring, you're on the steel grate, and you're taking a huge bump on there. I'm like, Man, you only have so many of those that you can do, I think.
I've been pulled aside by legends and guys backstage and told to tone it down, and I also go, it's, hey, you're a really good policeman. Don't be that good. Can you be all right? And it's like, I go out there, I go, I can't. I have to give everything. So if someone's catching me and punching me in the face, they're punching me in the face, and it's going to be the hardest hit, slow motion replay. You're going to see it. If someone shoot me into a turnbuckle, you're going to see it. I can't go less than 100% at any point, and I won't.
But to play devil's advocate a little bit, sometimes when it comes to the stuff, the bigger stuff, is it better to save those for the bigger stage?
It's not bigger stage necessarily, but when it makes sense and when it's smart, and to do it safely, or as safe as you can. And when it comes to big stuff, ladders involved, like a ladder match for Money in the Bank, or me and John Cena had that ladder match, that is a special situation. That's where sometimes, okay, this calls for it. You need to deliver a big main money game for a match here. You need to do it. And that's like WrestleMania. That's where special things happen. That's where the bigger things happen.
Well, you talk about taking that next step when it comes to not only being champion, but being one of the top guys with the company overall. Well, like we see with different guys like John Cena and The Rock, and where they're at right now, the complete package. When it comes to not only how you handle yourself, when it comes to in the ring, the way that you talk, but also media like this and different things like that. That step, do you feel like you've gotten there as well? And do you think the company has noticed that?
I feel like there's so many different things behind the scenes. We're like, oh yeah, you're so great at talking. We're going to put you on these media tours. We're going to have you do this, and we're flying you to Australia to promote WWE. And then when it comes to the show, it's go have your awesome match and nod your head or something. So I feel like a lot of people understand that we have this untapped resource of somebody who could be crossing over to a television show, doing radio, TV, movies, you name it, going around. And it's like, I got to get in the ring with The Miz once and go head-to-head with him, back and forth, and he almost hung with me. He's known for being one of the best mic workers of my generation, and he almost hung with me the one time I talked. So it's like some people catch on. I think at some point, WrestleMania season starts coming down. Maybe we have some championships with us. I think me, AJ, and Big E become a bigger phenomenon, and we start leading this company on Monday nights, and that's when we start to realize the character. You get me on a microphone talking about my real thoughts. You find out that I'm not just, oh, I like my hair a lot and winning matches. There's a person here who goes out there to deliver and steal the show every single night.
Two last things. People are talking about the losing streak for a little while, where it seemed like on a regular basis you were losing. How frustrating is that for you? Because at the same time, this is entertainment. We know about that, but there is something a little bit more to that.
It became almost a joke to me that it was like I was so good at having great matches that I would just lose every single night, to a point where I think people were like, oh, cool, here comes Dolph. We know the end to this match. He's lost 40 in a row on TV. If you got Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we know he's losing. And still some people would stick behind it one way or another.
Well, that was the thing. I think sometimes you go, oh, this is going to be the one where he wins. Oh, no.
So then I felt like after a while, it's like, he's due. How can we do it? And me, Big E, and AJ were cheating and doing things behind the ref's back and still losing. And I go, what the hell do I have to do to win a match? I'm so good. In college, I won all the time. Yeah. And it's just, it got frustrating. Finally, we found a couple right at the right time going into WrestleMania season, kind of peaking like I would like to, right when I should be at WrestleMania.
You were doing a show on YouTube. Any thoughts about bringing that back? Has there been any talk about doing that or something else?
I've actually been questioned, like, it's another reason. It's like, oh, you're so funny and fun on the mic. We're going to give you this show. And the best part, honestly, that year that I did it, I wrote the jokes, I wrote the script, I improv lines as we were filming. I had the time of my life. I'm really into comedy writing, and if I'm doing something, I want it to be better than everyone else's. And I had a blast doing it. And there's been some talk, as they said they really enjoyed it, maybe doing some kind of similar show. So we'll see. I enjoyed doing it. It was a little extra time out of my one day off a week at home, but I loved it. I had so much fun. So we'll see.
Dolph, thanks for the time, and best of luck going forward, and hopefully we will see some more championship gold around your way soon.
Sounds good.
Thank you. I'd like to see him in a bigger role. So Dolph Ziggler getting ready to take over at WrestleMania 29.